Hi guys, today's tutorial is on this full coverage makeup look. So the first thing I always do is use a brow pencil that is lighter than my eyebrow hairs. This is the Goof Proof in 03 from Benefit. I like to use it as a guide to get a general shape of what I want so that I can fill in my eyebrows darker and define them in later once the makeup is done. Also another Benefit product, Stay Don't Stray in light medium. I use this to prime my lids really quickly so that I can get the most out of the shadows that I'll be using today. It just helps them to look more vibrant and also prevents creasing. I got my hands on the latest Roxette Orissa Deck of Scarlet makeup palette. I am so excited to be collaborating with them on this video because I really wanted to try this palette. I think it is perfect, especially for right now, this time of season, you know, when you want to create really fun spring makeup looks. This palette comes with 3 eyeshadows, a matte light tan, which is perfect for crease work, a shimmery golden brown, which is actually so nice for defining the eyes, a vibrant blue to throw in there when you're feeling a little extra, and it also comes with a pinkish coral blush, a golden glow highlighter, and 2 different neutral, incredibly pigmented full coverage lip colors. This is actually the 7th palette from Deck of Scarlet that they have launched, but if you guys happen to miss any others and you really want to check them out, and also other products, even foil eyeshadows too, you can check out their online shop, deckofscarlet.com. And they did give me a 30% off coupon to share with you guys. If you want to use that code, I will put it in the description box for you. I'm applying this warm light tan matte shadow with a fluffy blending brush, using this as a transitional shadow. So I'm starting by placing this in the center of the crease and then blending it inwards towards the inner corner and finally back to the outer corner. Here I'm going in working this add-on pencil eyeliner in Goddess. It's like a metallic beigey bronzy shade that does not crease at all. It holds up so well. I'm going to be drawing this onto the lid area from the lash line going up towards the crease, but I'm making sure to stop right before it. So Deck of Scarlet, it is a makeup subscription for only $29.95 every other month to be able to get a new makeup palette that's in collaboration with top YouTubers, along with other products too that are included, like eyeliners, lip pencils, 100% cruelty-free and paraben-free, which is nice. And I do love that a new palette comes out every season with totally different colors to play around with, and every time the palette has literally everything you need to create a full face look. So here I switched over to a more densely packed blending brush, and I'm picking up the bronzed, really beautiful dark golden brown to create some dimension and really add that intensity to the outer corner of the eye. I'm just focusing on deepening up the outer V area with this, slowly building up this shadow in layers till I feel like it's as dark as I like it. And then I always blend back through the edges using a very light hand, gentle pressure with that first blending brush that we used. Then I'm going back in one more time into that dark brown shadow and just very carefully doing like a smudged out winged eyeliner kind of effect to help elongate the eyes even more. Then I picked up this gorgeous highlighter called Rockstar. It's got like this awesome golden hue to it. Using my fingertip, I am patting this onto the center of the lid, kind of gives a nice rose gold effect. So then I am creating winged eyeliner using the lip liner actually in Foxy. It's the most perfect color. I am obsessed with this. It's a very neutral brown. So, I mean, you can use it anywhere on the face. It applies so smoothly, it doesn't smear throughout the day, and it stays put right where you put it. I am going to be using this on my lips too, but I wanted to show you guys how awesome it works as a very soft brown, natural looking kind of eyeliner too. For lashes, I chose these awesome ones from Esquido in Naughty and Nice. I applied them with tweezers and my Duo Lash Glue, as always, in dark tone. I love how these are more on the natural side of glam, like they're not too much to where you can't see the eyeshadows when I look up. And they're like shorter in the inner corners and longer as they go towards the outer corners, so it helps to really elongate my eyes and make them look a lot bigger than they are. Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. I love this one. It has coconut water, probiotic based ingredients, skin revivers. It really makes my skin feel so hydrated. I recently had a very bad reaction to some new skincare products I was trying, and it totally broke me out on my cheeks. So this primer is really good for when you are feeling very irritated and super dry. It has a nice creamy texture to it, and I feel like it does help my foundation to stay on longer and look more even. I was going for a subtle, healthy glow to the skin, so to do that, I applied one of my current favorites that I have found this month from Catrice Cosmetics. It's a light correcting serum. It's formulated with aloe vera, which is incredibly soothing for the skin. It gives a nice little cooling effect, but it has light reflecting pigments in it as well to help give a subtle glow to the skin. It makes my redness look not so intense, which is something I notice and I really love. And I think it works great on top of makeup too as a natural looking highlight. So I love to use this on my natural makeup routine days also. It's a great product all around. For foundation today, I used Maybelline Fit Me in 238 Rich Tan. This is one of my go-to drugstore foundations when I want super full coverage. I have a lot of redness, as you guys saw. I have some acne that I wanted to cover, and this definitely gets the job done. It gives such a beautiful radiant finish too that doesn't look or feel heavy on my skin. I actually feel pretty hydrated with this throughout the day, probably because I did such a great job of priming my skin beforehand. But I love this stuff. I think it's awesome. I use it with my fingers first, kind of distribute the product everywhere on my face, and then I push it in gently with tapping motions using my favorite e.l.f. highlighting sponge. Also, don't forget your neck. GEEK Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer in neutral medium. This is great for brightening the center of the face. I find that it is incredibly creamy, really good for anyone who has dry skin. I definitely recommend blending it onto your finger first to kind of help warm it up. I find that it just blends out better onto the skin when you do that. It is definitely full coverage, so it will cover anything that you want to be covered, especially dark under eye circles or any discoloration you have. So I love to put it where I want brightness, which is mainly under the eye area, also down the sides of the nose and down the bridge of the nose. And then I like to highlight the center of the forehead, the chin, the cupid's bow, and then I'll go in with my e.l.f. Cosmetics highlighting sponge and just kind of tap it out lightly. It basically sinks right into my skin. I barely have to tap it in, but I do just to make sure that the edges are nice and blended. Then I set with the Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Setting Powder with my e.l.f. sponge as well, but I always make sure to blot off the excess onto the back of my hand first, which is definitely something that anyone who has dry skin should totally look into doing. I have found it makes such a huge difference. This really helps to mattify down the foundation so that it looks better in pictures and also so that it lasts longer throughout the day. Jordana Sculpt and Glow Creamy Contour Stick. It's in the shade 02 Medium. I think that this is such a gorgeous shade for warming up the outer corners of your face. I've really grown to like this because it's a very dry formula actually. So it is a bit harder to blend out than a cream, but it does work really well when you want a more defined kind of look with your bronzer. So I just gave my face some nice dimension and warmth with this guy. I put it along my jawline to help shape that out a bit more. Also my cheekbones, the outer corners of my forehead, and down the sides of the nose and tip of the nose. And I just tapped it out with my e.l.f. Cosmetics highlighting sponge. But you guys can see it's just a little bit harder to work out, but once you do get it worked out, I think it looks pretty good. Like I said, I do have incredibly dry skin, especially on the outer corners of my face. That's where my face is the driest. So I find that sticks and creams work really well for me in terms of bronzers. As for blush, I do still like to use powders. This one is amazing from the Deck of Scarlet Roxette palette. I'm gently patting it on to the apples of my cheeks and then blending it back. This is a corally pink blush. It's called Lovesick. And oh my gosh, it looks beautiful. I thought it looked so beautiful that I decided to put it into my eyeshadow look as well, which you guys will see in just a second. I am highlighting my face with Rockstar on the high points of my face. But I just really loved this, how it was pink, so pink. And I thought it just brought a lot of life and color to the look. And I love matchy-matchy kind of things where my eyeshadow like matches my face makeup, so I decided to just very lightly run that through the edges of the crease, and I thought it looked so cool, and I was like, yes, I am so happy I did that. Perfect for spring. So that's a little trick. If you guys, want to add some more color to your eyeshadow looks, then just add a little bit of your blush to your crease. Back to the lower lash line here, all I did was apply the taupe shade first from the Deck of Scarlet palette all the way through, and then I dragged it down just a little bit as well to make the eyes appear larger. I lined with the lip liner pencil in Foxy and smudged it out with my fingertips. Then you can finish the eye look with your favorite mascara. The one I have been currently using is by Flower Beauty. It's called Lash Warrior. I really like this one lately because it dries super fast. It gives really nice length and it has a nice darkness to it. I also used it on my lower lashes as well. Simple and quick. Okay, so for the lips, I did use a few different things. You first need a defining shade, something that's slightly darker than your natural lip color, which is where the lip liner Foxy comes in because it's the most perfect shade for this. I applied it to the outer corners of both top and bottom lip, and then I used a lighter nude called Smooch. It is the full coverage creamy formula from the Deck of Scarlet Roxette palette, and I patted that into the center of both bottom and top lip. You guys can see how incredibly pigmented it is. It almost takes away the lip liner Foxy, so you gotta be careful with that one. And then I patted this more mid-tone neutral brown to the outer corners to really help define them. And this shade is called Swept Away. Then lastly, for some added extra glow, I decided to put on Rockstar, which was the highlighter, the gold shadow. I put that right in the center of both top and bottom lip, and I thought it gave a really cool 3D effect to the lips, and I was like, yes, this is amazing. Now the eyes match the lips. So back to the eyebrows, I used my Ofra Cosmetics waterproof gel in dark brown. This is a great formula for drawing in very precise eyebrows, like when you want that full-on bold brow, which is what I definitely wanted for this full coverage glam look today. All you need is the tiniest little bit of this on the very tip of your angle brush. I'm using one from Benefit Cosmetics, and I focus this on the outer corners, the outer corner tail end first, and then I'll slowly kind of work my way inwards with whatever is left. Sprayed a little bit of setting spray that was Too Faced, and then I just kind of set the T-zone area a little bit with some brighter powder. Brighter powder? I meant my CC Plus It Cosmetics powder in light. And then fixed up the eyebrows, touched up the lips a little bit, touched up the hair a little bit, which, by the way, guys, I will definitely do a tutorial on how I do my low bun curly hairstyle updo thing. I've been getting a lot of questions about that. I promise I'll do a video on it. And yeah, after all the touch-ups are done, that is it for this makeup look. I really love the way that this turned out. Something different, but very colorful for spring. If you guys liked this look and found this video helpful, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a thumbs up for me down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos, and also make sure to check out Deck of Scarlet. Right down below, I will have a link right there for you guys to click on. You can check out all their other palettes or this palette and anything that I use from Deck of Scarlet in this video. And also don't forget, I do have a 30% off coupon code. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.